Centuries ago, seamen in the Far East and Mediterranean used splices for their ropes, much like the ones we use today. One can use a knot, but knots are bulky and by their nature cuts the breaking strength of the rope in half. The alternative is a splice. A good splice is capable of attaining 90% of the rope's breaking strength. Manila Cordage Company is happy to present Basic Rope Splicing to show you how to splice common ropes. You'll need the following materials: a wooden fid or spike, a sharp but not pointed knife, packaging tape, and a marking pen. Let's start with an eye splice for a 3-strand rope. Count around 12 crowns from the rope's end and put a mark on it. Form a loop on the desired length of the eye splice, then tape it. To make your work more efficient, it's important to keep your materials like the wooden fid and knife near you. Tape each of the ends and unlay the strands. Use a spike to raise one strand of the standing part of the rope, then insert the middle working strand under it. For the second tuck, raise the next strand of the standing part of the rope and insert the next working strand under it. Pull the strand in place and turn the entire piece over. For the third tuck, raise the last strand of the standing part of the rope and insert the last working strand under it. When pulling the strands, it is good to try to maintain the same pressure to keep the splice balanced. Repeat the same procedure to make 3 more tucks. 3 tucks are considered sufficient for natural fiber ropes, but for synthetic ropes, a 4th and 5th tuck is recommended. Okay, we just completed a 3-strand eye splice. Now we're going to make an eye splice on an 8-strand rope. You're going to hear terms like S-twist and Z-twist. It is customary in the cordage industry to designate twist direction by terminology such as Z or S-twist, depending on the direction of the slope of the central portion of the respected leathers. Okay, let's start. Count about 7 crowns upward from the rope end and put a mark on it. Form an eye to the desired size you want, then tape it. For purposes of this video, we'll be showing you a small eye splice. A standard eye splice would be above 6 feet in diameter. Take the Z and S strands in pairs and put a tape on its ends. Unlay the rope until you reach the mark. Again, to make your work more sufficient, it's important to keep your materials like the fid and the knife near you. To do the first tuck, raise the first Z pair using a spike and insert the first S pair under it. Pull the strands into place. For the second tuck, raise the second Z pair and insert the second S pair under it. Turn the entire rope over. Then raise the S pair, which is located between the first and the second tucks. Tuck the first Z pair under it. Again, when pulling the strands, it's good to try to maintain the same pressure to keep the splice snug and balanced. Repeat the procedure until you finish 3 more tucks. Taper off the splice for the final tuck. Split up the Z pair, then top the upper strand under it, leaving the lowest strand. Do the same also for the pair of the S working strands. This completes 4 sets of tucks. Tape each combination of S and Z strands, 1 or 2 inches from the end cut of its ends. There you have it. This is how an 8-strand rope eye splice looks like. Now let's make a short splice. The short splice is the best method for joining 2 pieces of rope. But because the splice might be double the diameter of the rope, it should not be used on pulleys or wherever the added bulk of the rope at the splice can cause serious wear. Count 9 crowns on the rope's end and mark it. Do the same on the second rope. Secure the ends with tapes, and do the same on the second rope. Fasten the 2 ropes together and tape the middle portion to secure the strands. To do the first tuck, use a spike to raise 1 strand and insert the first working strand in it, where you can weight on the right side. Repeat it for the second and third strands until you complete 1 round of tucks. Follow the same procedure until you make 3 to 4 tucks. Now remove the tape and start working on the other side. And there you have it, a short splice. Thanks, and we hope this video helped. For more info, feel free to contact us at www.manilacordage.com. Manila Cordage Company, making quality ropes since 1924.